Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ravinia Festival. Please locate the exit nearest your seat. The closest exit may be behind you. Please note that the taking of photographs, including the use of camera phones and the use of audio or video equipment, is strictly prohibited. As a courtesy to the artist and your fellow patrons, please ensure that all mobile phones, pagers, and any item that rings, buzzes, or flashes and has an on-off switch have been silenced. We appreciate your consideration. Thank you for making it a great day at Ravinia.
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to all of you. I'm glad to welcome you to our first event of the summer, masterclass with my esteemed colleague, wonderful violinist, chamber player, and pedagogue. Doesn't need any introduction, Donald Weilerstein, and without further ado, I will hand this over to him. I just want to say that our first concert of the summer is this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock, and I hope that you will join us for this one and for the following one. So enjoy the afternoon. Thank you.
Good. I think it's coming along beautifully, what you've already done with it, and has a nice kind of tender feeling in the where he writes it to be like that, and it has a generally quite good sense of pulse, although we could work with that a little bit. What do you think it needs to go further than what you've already done? And we'll maybe start from that, and then we'll talk about it. Do you think it?
In certain transitionary moments, we do lose the pulse, so then we try and line things up in sort of a more anxious or stressful way, but it doesn't have the same sort of larger gestures in those moments.
Yeah, so we can maybe work with that and find a way of doing that. What I notice is that maybe you could generally enhance character more in the sense, like in the main theme, that it's tender, that sometimes it's, you kind of go, where it's written, and then when you have like, you want to make sure that you lift that, like, so you bring out the two areas of that theme. Can we just start with that, and then so you basically need to kind of speak things and articulate them a bit more and show the differences. And like when you have slurs in this, in a way you can almost think of it like you're speaking in German on the slurs, but like you have like you put T's on things so that you speak the slurs as if there were words on them. Because sometimes it sounds like too run together, or it's. So let's start with that, and we'll go back to the introduction and the introductory material. Just from measure 7. Try. Can you, on Yoratoraron, if you do that bowing, let me just try to share it. So you have to lift it, or you can actually, if you can arrange to come on it up, it may be easier. But if you don't, because that's part of its spoken character. Otherwise, it's sort of lyrical all the time, and it doesn't have enough definition to it. Try one more time. Try either way, because you can even start on an up bow like that if you wanted to. That's the idea. And so you can possibly change the bow on that, but again, that's part of a word, so I wouldn't and sorry, tell me your name again. Tanner, right. When you have it also, you don't want to, because otherwise it's too wavy. And then we'll talk about how to feel the pulse in it too. Try one more time. This is the main theme. It has many versions. We can start this way. Go ahead. But don't go faster, but that's the idea. But that's better. So, because it has a kind of tender, kind of serene feeling. Now, at the same time, you want to get it to feel rhythmically, you want to express the rhythmical character of it. So, what's a good way to try to work on that as a quartet? Did you try things with that?
We could sing it together, match.
You can sing it together, and that's one good way. And to feel the rhythm working together, how could you do it?
Count.
You could count it. Did you try counting it yet? I would try that. Can you do that to be right there?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
All right. All right. So the only thing is that, just like in a conductor, if a conductor conducts like 1, 2, 3, you can't follow them very well. So you get the feeling of the rhythm from where in the body, or you get the sound coming from there too. Where? Yeah, so how would you count it? And you can almost pretend that you're counting it in German, so you have it very deep, like 1, 2, 3. And then you want to feel how the slurs and how long the line is as you count it. So you kind of project the rhythmical character based on that, like a very good conductor would. Do you want to try that? Do you know what I mean? So in other words, so your first is I think it's an 8-bar phrase, but so you have that in your minds, but you actually, so if I like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So I count the direction, but also I don't make it wavy feeling. You see what I mean? And that's part of actually a kind of a late Beethoven thing too, or a lot of composers. It's very deep, but it doesn't do this too much. Try. It gives a serenity to it, tender serenity. Try. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's right. And so you change it more like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You see what I mean? Just as you'd conduct it, probably. Do it again. Feel the long line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep and feel the 8 bars together. 1, 2, 3. Good, that's much better. I would do it like that. Okay. Now, play it that way and kind of count it ahead. Let's see what that's done. And this is a good way to get the unanimity and the rhythm too. Try again. Just count it ahead in your minds as you do it. Sorry. Go ahead. As if you're projecting that. Good. Don't go up and down. All right, yeah, good, that's definitely already better. So that, now to get more friction, particularly as you're a new quartet, there's another way you can get it. There are a couple of them. Do you know of other ones? Well, all right, I would try this. In other words, if you can feel, like in the left hand, that you almost are, well, the Budapest Quartet, I'm sure lots of you know of that. They apparently used to talk about eating each other's fingertips when they played, someone told me. And if you kind of empathize and give vibration through your fingertips, you can do it with your left hand, and you can also do it with your bow. We'll see in a minute how. But try with your left hand first and see what you do. But you have to touch it the way the string, the way you want it to sound, like the string is a person, and you touch it in a very tender way, of course, because he says it. He wants it like that. So can you do that? Try it. All right. Now the only thing is that maybe do it and play it. You basically want to send the sound up there, but for the moment, put it into the center of the quartet, almost like vibrationally you're going to give the feeling to across to Ania, but you want to aim it this right here, and like vibrationally, like you're almost holding somebody's hand or giving them that feeling. So it's not just putting the fingers down. And sing it in your minds in advance and count it through. If you could, all right, try that. Very tender. Try to feel each other's fingertips. Good, that's it. That's right. So you kind of almost like you can, sense each other's fingertips that way. All right, now in order to get it with your bows, and because basically you want it kind of coming off the feeling in your bows, imagining what you wanted in your left hand, try it doing it ponticello when you do that, too. Yeah, the theme, a kind of weird ponticello version, but like it's a kind of weird tenderness. And then it's the idea is to get the kind of friction and rub in the sound. Try doing that. And then but do what you already did, sense your left hands through what you're doing with your bow. Try. count. Don't feel they're long. That's right. All right. Good. All right. Now do it half ponticello. It can be very soft. The other thing is that you don't have quite enough contrast, and you can play that soft, kind of very deep and soft. Tender and lift. You lift your bow. That's right. So it almost has a dance, tender dance, as if that's part of it. All right, now play it like 1/64th ponticello. So you just hear it play off the high overtone. Very deep. Count, project. Don't go up and down. Just lift. Now, same down. Keep the tension. Now. All right, yeah, good. So that's, I think, a nice version of that theme. Now, we'll just work to the end of this section for a minute. So what's the feeling that you want on a yum, bum, bum? You can go maybe slightly faster, but I wouldn't go a lot faster in the yup, up, 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 up. So it has a yup, up, dee, yup, up, and if it had that, what character are you after there? You're kind of doing it, but you could do it more. What's the feeling?
There's something very fat about it, like a singing,
Well,
kind of, like just, yeah.
yeah, okay. I don't think that's wrong to say. Like, composers use things in different keys, right? Or they tend, for interesting reasons, to use keys to express certain things. And E-flat major, what very famous piece by Beethoven, Eroica. So I would say, this I think would suit, not everything, of course, it starts kind of lyrically also. So I would make it more heroic. I think that suits this very well. You, of course, had just blanket statement about it, but this would suit that. So in a very buoyant, heroic way, so yum, bum, just do right on it and just count that once.
Here, let's measure 22.
Yeah, can you just count that out loud?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Yeah, and she doesn't. Yeah, but you can try it in the room. Okay, but so you really feel the heroic, very positive, uplifted character of that. Now, just play that for a second, and just feeling that. So that's more defined. Basically, you need to just define things a lot. Try right there. Yum. All right. Yeah, maybe Fabiola and a little bit tenor too. You're a little bit too deferential to her. To Ania. She's going to come out fine. You can play more than that. Try it one more time. Good. Yeah, good, that's the idea. And so you feel the friction of that. You can work the same way. We won't do this now, but you can go all the way through the quartet, counting first, then feeling the friction with your left hand, and then add the bows. I would do that all over it. Then, now, yada pa 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 pum. So is there a dot on the last note of that? It's a little thing, but I wouldn't do that. In other words, so how would you sing the last note? Can you just sing it for me, all of you together? Just sing it.
One measure before the note, maybe?
All right, sure, good. So yada, sing that. Good. Okay. So, just sing the last note. If you sing all together, maybe it's not embarrassing. Try. Do it again.
Tom.
Better. Well, I would see the last one comes with boom. It sort of dies, like boom. I would sing more like that. And maybe another principle you could basically think of. Like the rest afterwards, what dynamic are you, because the spaces between the notes are as important as the notes themselves and the rest. What dynamic are you thinking that rest in? It's an interesting thing. Forte or piano?
I think we were thinking in piano, but now we should think in...
I think I would generally, right after something, it's usually in the dynamic you finished. It's interesting it's that way, but I don't know if I know of exceptions to that. Like, if you do that, it kind of dies, but boom, and then just before then you change, but not immediately. You see how I sang it like that? Like you take a breath there. So sing that note. Boom. Boom. Yeah, and boom. And you can feel it very dynamically, but in other words, boom, it almost, the has a lot of life to it. Boom. Like that. Not boom. You want to get swell on it, but yeah, try again. So it's very heroic and boisterous. Boom. No. That's right. And you then, Alex, I would leave a split second to let the sound clear. Boom. And that's not the second theme, so you don't, it's a takeoff in the transitional area. So you don't take a lot of time there, but I would do that much. All right, let's go back now to the beginning. Can you just sing that for me together? It's kind of fun to sing it anyway. All right. Sing it. All right. So this is an interesting thing because we were, as a faculty, discussing this sort of thing. It's interesting that Sorsandi, you don't really sing them up, palm like that, but they have a kind of a cushion. I mean, like palm. They're more rather than bomb. They don't go down, but like, and actually the first doesn't have it either. So like, even though, well, this also is interesting in terms of. Does it remind you of any other piece, like by Mozart or something like that? Did you ever think about the beginning of it? He might have been thinking of it. I don't know. In E flat major, that magic flute, like it was Zoroastro singing. Pom 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 pom, that thing. So I would think of it that way, and so can you pom? So it goes this way and pom, but not bomb. You see, it's a different kind. So you feel the Sorsandi with that feeling in it. Try, and so it's this. Try, sing it that way. Think of Zoroastro singing. Pom, pom. All right. Yeah, and the same thing there. All right. No, when you go yom, pom, pom. No, the last note of that, is that belong to the bom, 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 or does it lead to the Sorsando? What do you think? Could be either way. What do you think?
I played more like a tenth lead.
I think it does. Yeah, but see, in other words, so how would you sing that if it led like that? Bom, bom. So just sing it from the beginning and think of that leading, and we'll talk about it. Sing it. Yum. All right, yeah, so like, bom, bom. So maybe feel the note, bom. You see, I'm doing it rather than dom. So again, the end of the note leads more kind of, you project that more, dom, bom, bom. You sort of feel it in the hall that way. Sing it one last time. Like you're in a Beethoven opera. Now sing pom, pom. That's the idea. All right. Now play that. You could do the left-hand thing, but we won't do that now. And just sing it in your minds and project that. And where do you sing in relation to where you play? Have you thought about that? Where do you do? Slightly ahead. So you're just conceiving the things and writing it down with your hands. I would do that all the time. Try. It's already better. Let me just try to play that part with her. Sorry, I hope they turn off the microphone. Music, but you see, I tried to kind of get friction with her, so I'm kind of playing it almost just feeling where she is, and almost like I can sense her vibrationally all the time and helping her to get it, just like you might do in a barber shop. Do it one more time. Playing second violin, you almost want to play it that way, very, very dynamically with her. You can play generally a little more. It's just fine. So you enhance the character. And you see I tried to do that? Okay, thanks. So almost think of it like a barber shop. Thing to say about the Beethoven 127. Sorry, but anyway, try it. And friction that way. Go ahead. Feel that? That's right. And Alex, I'm sorry. I would play that note. You're basically going to listen across the quartet. There's a lot of tension on the second note. I would feel the D, and show that more. And the A flat a lot. Good. Good. That's it. And on that Beethoven, when he has festivals like that, you want to feel all the intervals a lot. It's like every interval counts, even in something like so you don't let it go too easy. Try do it right on the last sword sound. That's right. No, you can play that softer. Try it one more time. And it's interesting. This quartet, like, he uses a lot of kind of plagal harmony. Like 4/1. So like an amen cadence is all over the place. And I would feel that. In other words, very deep, almost chorale like that. And you can play it like a hymn in a way. But it still moves. It has both feelings. Just one more time, Les. I'm sorry. No, do the D, A flat. So that's a plagal one. No, really. But play to Hersh. Help her, Fabiola, and feel the rhythm. Lift. Not too loud, it's coming out enough. Softer. All right, yeah. So can you think of, it's not vulnerable exactly, but there's an inside quality to that. like you're asking for, like almost praying in a way, like you're asking for something. Try right on the tenor. Do the same place again, because there's not enough contrast in it. Now sing, now soft, hymn-like. Very deep, but hymn-like, softer. Lift. Now soft, not outgoing. Now, heroic. More, Alex, and use your body. A little more. Mystical, go on, just feel the rhythm. Good. So that's it. I would exaggerate all your dynamics and settle on the characters that you want them. Because in the hall, they all came out a little bit mezzo forte most of the time. There was contrast, but you could have more. So that's good. So even the part where we just played now?
We just played.
Yeah. So before the crescendo, you've actually got it written to do. I would come down prattily to pianissimo there, so there's more contrast there. Just do from the diminuendo. I'm sorry, but you can. Sorry, you have the melody, so you can start more. But, searching. Yeah, good. And Alex, can you, so whenever you have a part to bring up, just play it towards them, like, you're playing that beautifully, but it's sort of back. Play it forward, maybe across the quartet. Try it one last time. Soft, searching. That's it. Play that way. Play it out this way. Hold. No, shh. Softer. That's beautiful. All right, good. Yeah, no, but that's good. So just maximize the contrast. Do a lot of this kind of counting, left hand and both things to get it more unanimous. And then really be sure that you're counting in the characters that you want to play in all the time. And have fun with this kind of friction idea. It's almost like playing team sport, basketball or something, tossing things around. Alex, that was much better when you played into the quartet like that. It helped you. You both can do that from the back. Good, but it's coming beautifully. I guess we should stop here then.
Thank you.
Good. So maybe while they're setting up, I can enlarge on this idea. That's what, in a way, makes chamber music so much fun to do, is that in a sense it is, it's like in the most deep way and universal way playing like in a way playing in sports or like having dynamic conversation. I'm sure you know this anyway, but it's so important to settle on the character, and then you do it this way. It gives you a little more to grab onto, and that's maybe what I tried to show them was rehearsal methods that they could use to bring the piece further. So that's what. Do you have a question?
What was behind the idea of doing this punch cello?
Okay, that's a very good question. What, in a way, string quartets, it sounds almost sacrilegious to say, work a little bit like the way barbershop quartet works, in the sense you get vibration and you sense each other. And when you do it Ponticello, you get a high overtone. And if you play into that high overtone, they did it quite naturally, so I didn't have to say that to them. I probably should have anyway. That it gives a kind of rubbing quality of the voices together. And then if you then do it half, you keep that. If you keep that feeling of high overtones, then you get a more kind of tight-knit sound in a good way. It's not tight in a tense way, but it just kind of like knits together. And so it's a way of knitting the sound together to make it more unified, is the idea of it. Is there anybody else who has a question that I could answer? I hope. Okay. So I think they're just about ready anyway. Go ahead. Did she not open the lid? Yeah. sitting down, I lost the microphone, so I'm going to have them help. So. That's good. So I really enjoyed it in that way, that it definitely has that. I just wanted to maybe do a violinistic thing and then try to apply it to some of the Debussy and then ask you from that what, hopefully this won't be very long to do, but maybe it would be interesting also for them. So when you're thinking to get the sound that you want, where are you thinking to get it from?
The bow and the string, the contact.
The contact, you certainly get it that way, and it's absolutely great. But if you want to get power in the sound, or do you know where the power center in the body is?
The abdomen.
Or the core, and kind of the low core where it's here. The reason I'm mentioning it to you in this kind of setting particularly is that sometimes you throw your body, and you've probably been told this, but in other words, sometimes when you go to the tip of, when you're playing which actually you played with a wonderful fire, but you threw yourself around to such a degree that I think you actually lost sound. And I'm not a person that believes in standing completely still, but I wondered if we maybe could work on that just for a minute and then see if we can apply it to what you're doing in this piece. Can you do this just for a second? Can you just play me like a G major scale just in hobos for 1 second? Okay, so when you're playing that, you're not moving at all, right? So, okay, but let's say you had to play it in a romantic piece. You can work it the way you did. How would you move when you did it? Can you just show me? Well, that's good too. So it's more that when you're playing this kind of. One thing you could think about, if you get the sound a little like that, and then if you feel that when you're playing, you get it, but you kind of get it to go down through you, down into the floor, so you then can feel the sound coming up from the floor, but you have to feel very buoyant in this area and very alive, and then you more of that rhythm. You see, and then you see how I'm kind of pivoting a little bit, and then I come here, it comes back. Try doing that for a second. Good, and keep your arm a little lower. That's right. Good now. Good now. You can make it expressive too. You can vibrate it. Good, and sing always from your core, like you're singing maybe an opera. Good, so this is very good what you're doing there. I would generally do that. Now play this slowly. It's very good. What? So when you're playing here, you actually did it, now that you're aware of it, much less than you were. You see, I have to feel like I have strength in going down here. So even like the bones in this seat in the front there are very alive, and what? I want to avoid the up and down motion, so I have. then I can get longer lines. And I have more center to work with. And it's actually much easier to play, like it gives you more sense of power. Try, Einav, can you give her the first note? Keep this slow. That's right, because you have a tendency a little bit to have your arm up too high. You probably know this. Like this way. So if you feel your shoulder on your back and pulling down into here, one more time. That's right. All right. Now do that and then move the way we taught it, and then just use your back too. Think of the sound coming up from the floor, up your back and into your arm. Sing to it. Use your back. But this was better, yeah, because it kind of your arm was kind of throwing your body around a little bit. All right, so then the other thing in a general way was a little better when you went back. I think the overall tempo of it is a little bit too fast, or like, did you try the metronome marking that he has? Or you should try it. I mean, you don't need to play it as slow as he writes it, but it's just interesting to know this. And then, how do you count it at the beginning? Do you count it in one, or? You can do that, but if I were you, I would subdivide it a little bit. Like if you had it like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. I would think it, just count it out loud once, right there. No, just count it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
All right, now, can you do this way? It also will give you more, under pressure, it gives you more. So you want to count, when you play, you want the thing to go all the way through, so like 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and, because there's a kind of, it's dolce, but it's, there's something very hypnotic about it, isn't there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's soft, but it's almost like a stage whisper, you know, even though it's French style. But you played it so floaty that almost you want to do that, maybe, but maybe a little more on the content. But can you count that very deep like that? Powerfully count it.
1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3.
That's it. 1 and. Can you pull your stomach in when you count, like you would be an opera singer?
1 and 2 and 3.
And count it down. And that's right. Now count it down into the floor, and then it'll come up from the floor. One more time. 1 and 2. So you're counting it through your legs, down through it. Yeah, but that's the idea. Think about that. No, play from the beginning, and then that's fast. I think it's fast enough. Can you do the beginning for her? 4, 5, 6, 1. Yeah, that's the idea of it. You gotta try right there. Good. That's much better. So you always count a little bit ahead of where you're playing. Do one more time. You gotta. Let me watch you from the side. So you play just slightly on it, on the left side of the string. And pull the string into your fingertip. It'll sound. Yeah, that's the idea. So you can feel it. That's right. It'll make a little deeper sound. Go on for now. Watch for a second. So if you constantly feel the core as you... Sorry. So rather than I mean, it's not Beethoven, and you can float it, but what you don't want is kind of like this feeling, but more centered. Can you play? And so it's kind of very powerful, like almost hypnotic that way. Try it. Just sing it in your mind as you feel it like that. So center it. Do there. And try to use what we just talked about. So that's a good reason not to play it too fast, because I almost don't hear any accelerando at all. You're playing so fast before it's hard to do. So why don't we try a little? I think that's closer to the tempo he writes it. And then see if you can, because it means to hurry, in the ensemble. So try one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Center. Move. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now let's do one thing. Now play with a little bit of air in the sound, but do the same thing. And then the other thing is that when you get to you do the ensemble well, but then you don't really do the odd tempo. You kind of almost keep the same tempo. You pull it back a little, but I would do it more radically. Try again. Well, I'm sorry, but now I don't sense the core. You have to center it first. In other words, like you have power over somebody. Try. Feel the floor. That's it. Now build it. All right. Good. That's coming. What? So here. What's she doing? See, it's the center is up too high. That's why I keep on torturing you with it. But so and then you have to from that go down and feel the floor and then go up. Try. Do yada-dee-da-da. Very powerful. All right, good. All right, now go for the character you want it. Ta-da-tee-ta-teem. You can make that very passionate and adamant with that feeling. Center. That's it. Good. And then you count it in one all the time, right? Can you subdivide it in your mind? Because in a way that gives it the allegro vivo feeling on the long notes. So you count through the long notes in the tempo that you want it to be. Count the dolce vibrato part for me. Just count it out loud.
1, 2, 3, 1.
That's right. All right, so one more time. Right there. Dum para. Very tight. Dolce vibrato. None. So you're feeling it, just do tom, pa, and then just keep your arm lower. So see, if you do you kind of you want to avoid that type of motion. Try it right there. One more time. Sorry, let me watch you for last time. Do it again. Good. So you know what would I think help you? Is if you thought in a way to come underneath the violin, especially on the up both. You do a little bit, and then you're up way up there. If you move slightly to the right at the end of the stroke, and see how I'm getting that lower rather than up here. It's much better than. even though I guess you could say that's French style, but it's too floaty. So like, do you do it on the D string? It can be done. You do it on the G string all the way up? So that's fine too, but you see how again, I have that, and then do it once and keep your arm as low as you can, right arm, at the tip particularly. Oh, I know. So let's do this. Watch. You kind of did it that time. So what we want to avoid, unless you had an enormously long arm, is to be way out here at the tip of the bow. So why don't you just bring the violin in a little bit at the tip. Try doing that. And so you're kind of interacting with the violin so the bow doesn't push the violin away from you. Try one more time. But, all right, so that's the physical motion. Now do it slowly, sing it to yourself and how you want it to sound. Let that help you. That's right, and you can almost imagine like the violin is playing chamber music with your bow, or the string is. That was the best dynamic you had between your violin and your bow and the string. Try that slowly with Einav right there. Good, now, but you're going to go to the tip there, which is fine. I would do that, but see if you can still do it. To the right. That's right. And you can kind of go that way at the end. One more time. Do slowly as you go on. We're all right with time. Good, keep going. Now go on. All right. So, good. Now watch. So that you want that very brilliant, right? So when you're playing. So again, feel. You want the violin maybe slightly on the left, but sort of be kind of aware of where it is. You do more of that, like the bow is pushing it away from you. Bring the violin to the bow more. And use the center to do it. You see how I did that? Rather than, because you'll lose sound that way. So, something like that. Try. Do it slowly, because you'll have to get, and again, you're getting it from like the chorus under you supporting the instrument. Good, all right. Now think of it, good. Do that a couple of times so you get used to it. Excellent, all right, good. Now, can you translate that, like the violin has the sound, in a way like you're a good psychologist or something, and that the bow's going to bring the sound out of the violin that you want. So you want very brilliant sound, but see if you can get that with that feeling. But think of the violin having the sound. That's right. Can you make it even more brilliant? Good. That's right. And you kind of imagine, of course, the bow is making the strings vibrate. But almost if you anticipate the feeling that the strings are almost vibrating and the fingerboard is very springy before you play on it, that'll help you to get more of a dynamic in it. Do you know what I mean? So the violin has that, almost like it shines, or and the string is very vibrant under you. Try one more time. In the string character you want it to be, feel the color you want. left hand will do from my bow. And so when I play, I would use, kind of spin the string and sense the left hand, the string vibrating into your left fingertip, like do this. Like that. Sorry, go. That's right, and that's right. Now sing it in your mind, and use power from your stomach to get it very sparkly, even though it's slow. Play just that note again, bum, bum. That's right, so it feels very electrical, and your thumb almost senses your finger. That's it. Now go slowly. Dee, dum, bum, 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 bum. It's much better. Can you get a little, well, let me ask you a question. So the beginning of a stroke like that, is it fast or slow? The dee dum bum 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 bum.
The beginning of the note.
The beginnings of the notes. Do you use a faster bow speed at the beginning or a slower one?
Probably faster.
You would think so, but actually it's kind of an illusion. In other words, like, I don't know what this is doing. So I want to bite the wood, and that gives an illusion of speed, and like scoop through it. But what I don't use too much motion right at the beginning of it, but like, so that's actually a slow bow with a catch, with a very electrical feeling in my hand, but not. It actually tried to. Very electrical. That's right. Now do a little good. Now a little softer. That's right. That's right. Now think of it as sparkly as in both hands, like you're playing chamber music. That's right. Like now try dee da pop pop. Do it slowly. Dee da pop. That's right. I would even practice this part at the top, starting from the string to practice it with bites. Good. Watch. So can you think of it then doing that way? You did complete what I said, but so I think of it very bright and brilliant. Something like that, like a flash of light or something. Right. That's getting better. Think of light. That's right. So in a way, like in the Impressionist painting, like you can see the light shining through the painting, in the brush strokes. Yeah. So try that slowly with Einav there. Yeah, but see, you went back to using yampa. Catch it first, and just think of the bright light. Very bright, though, like a flash of light. Good. Now bright. That's it. Or almost humorous, if you want. Yeah, all right, good. And so you want to center it also as you go on that way. Try one more time, and be moved by the piano part, which is very bright on the top. Good, very bright. Give us that feeling. Feel the piano part. Now bright. Feel the piano part. That's it. Use your stomach. Center. Center. Yeah, that's the idea. And so when you play 5 minutes, all right, good, much better. so the appassionato place, play that, and sing it in your mind, but listen to the piano, be moved by the harmony as you feel the passion in it. That's the girl. Much better. That's right. So maybe we can make a principle out of that you're always moved by the harmony, or you're always moved first and then you play. I've done a sort of technical work, but actually, if you think of the emotional feeling you want, these technical things are only to get that. You can isolate them, but you want to then put them back in this emotional way. That's much better. Try it one more time. And no, the only thing is to center your emotion a little bit, but that was much better. Try again. Good. Gergana, play this on an open string. Just on an open E. I'm sorry. Do this on an open string. No, without the left hand at all.
Oh.
Open string. Yeah, it's better than I thought it would be. It's good. Can you feel kind of the emotional feeling here, very passionate in that part of your hand, and spin the string with that feeling in it? And then, what? So you sing it. You see, I try to feel the expression like I imagine the vibrato I was going to use with my right fingers and hand that way. Try it. It's good. I'm trying just to get the expression even more, and use your stomach all the time. Yeah, that's the idea. Now, do it a little slower. Just play the first note with D. That's right. So even there, you play a little bit on the. So you pull the string into your finger. You don't have to flatten your finger with it. You see it, pull it like that, very slightly. So you can sort of sense the string vibrating in your fingertip as you feel the teeth of the hair pulling the bow. Better. It sounded more coming from you that way to me. I would use that. Try with Einav. Good. Keep on. Good. Yeah, I think that's a more personal sound. Go on. Center yourself. All right. So this is only maybe me. As there are a bunch of fifths there, I'm not sure I would slide up like that. I almost use harmonic. I know he says that's very expressive, but that would be the easiest way. Or then you can. Oh, I did completely differently. I doubt if I can even show you this. If you want to do that, or you can even. Feeling the harmony, it's kind of cheating, I guess. But I would, and then you might do that instead, but I don't think I would slide there. Try there. Right. No, very tender, not louder. Center yourself, born lower. Feel the string into your fingertip, pull it into your fingertip. Like that's better there. Yeah, the last two notes were particularly deep, they were better, and that you just want to feel your hand a little bit over so you can pull the string into your fingertip very slightly. Okay, I think we have to stop here. But, because you're playing with such passion and fire, but it'll be more personal if you do feel that way of pulling the string into your fingertip from what you're feeling over on your right hand. I would do that. And then I wouldn't, maybe you can practice skill one way, just standing still, but I would think of it expressly and ask yourself how you might want to move interpretively. So you actually practice that into the scales as well. So you practice the scales like music expressively.
Yeah.
I would do that too. And feeling the center. And then your bore is a little too high, so you feel like your shoulder's always on your back, pulling down into there. And that should help too, to make everything come out better. And just almost like you're hypnotizing us from the power you're giving us this way. So it centers you. Okay, good, great. So this centering idea is tricky because if somebody stands completely still, it's one way to try to get it is to try just to get them to stand still completely. That can work, but I think it's better to feel the center and then work with motion from the centering of things rather than, so it feels expressive to them at the same time. And often, like the right arm, the way she was using it a bit, was kind of pushing the violin away because it was kind of up too high like that. And so I was trying to get her to feel it deeper, scooping this way. And that can also help that sort of thing. And the other main principle was that you can, if you feel the bow from what they call the hooks in the hair, pulling the sound, making vibration, and then feeling the fingertips kind of pulling the string very, very slightly on the left side of the string so that she could sense in a very personal way the vibration of the string and touch it the way she wanted to sound with that. I think it made a more expressive sound for her, even though she was feeling that to begin with. It helped her to get that, I think. So those were the main things that we worked on. Yeah. You definitely can, but I think if I do that, I think of it front to back, like it coming, and then like singers would sing into their spine, and it can definitely work that way. Then sure, I would do it like that. Yeah.
Do you find that it helps in injury prevention to have that awareness of how you should be centered?
I hope so. I think it does. Yes. Basically, I think one wants to have a really dynamic flow, which I think comes from the center, and I think it goes down first and then springs up from the floor. If you have to almost feel the floor first, but from the center first and then down and then feeling the floor like that works better from what actually through the bones works very well. Not only the flesh, but actually the bones vibrating and feeling it is a kind of a Feldenkrais thing, I think. Yeah.
What were some of the early influences on you in developing your concept of sound and the aliveness of sound?
I don't know. I think I used to listen to lots of different, like Oistrakh and Haifa. Szigeti is a big person I like to listen to in this way, but I think just from what I went through myself and trying to get the sound more alive, I tried to come up with these types of concepts to help to get it and help myself and of course to help the people I'm working with, so that sort of was a combination of everything coming together. They should play, I think. Yeah. I think it's already sounding very, very good, and you have already, I think you've gone a long way to get a good kind of unified quartet sound, which in a way is hard to do in a very short time. It could be a little more, it could be more dynamic, but the quartet sound itself is I think, quite good already. And this is, for a short time, this is wonderful that you're able to do that. And I get also intensity from it. I wanted to maybe see if we can enhance the dynamic in the quartet a little more and work from that standpoint. And I think then the overall communication of it will come out even stronger. The characters that you want to bring out will come out even more. There's a particular part that I thought we could work on first in doing that. Can you just start there for a minute? Can you just tell them what number that is and stuff? All right, yeah. So, you know, of course, I played sitting down a lot, you know, because of the clear chord. And I had some difficulties with it, so I tried to come up with ways that help this, and maybe I could show you one. Because I think if you do it, you'll get more across. You're feeling it, but sometimes doesn't quite come across, I think, to what they're doing. So when you you want. You can use the chair almost like it's part of like an instrument in a way. Like can use the floor also to feel kind of springy and solid in the floor at the same time. And so in order to do that, of course, you have to work like a pianist would do too, like they're sitting on the piano bench, they're using the seat a lot. And Ben, watch from this side. Be careful not to fall off this stuff. All right, so when I do this, what I essentially feel very alive in the, especially in the bottom of the pelvis, and in the front and back. So I'm kind of feeling my sitting bones more. And then, so when I'm doing it, I'm moving as I would when I would play standing up too. If I feel very alive there, I can actually feel the floor as if I'm pivoting off my right foot a little bit towards the left. Basically, violin playing is most often done right to left for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it seems to work better. You kind of were playing. So, I had glasses from there. Where was this?
92. So I guess this, no, yeah.
What? You see how I did that? I don't know if they can, maybe so they can see too. I don't know why I'm doing this. That way I can transmit to them what I want. Whereas if I do like this, it's much harder for them. And of course, I kind of work with you all. It's sort of like being, kind of the center quarterback of a football team. So you try to want to kind of inspire each other all the time. So, like if I do what I'll do an exaggerated imitation of what you did. What? You did better than that. But, all right, so what? That's one more time. I'm really having to, I almost bounce in the chair a little bit. Did you see how I did that? And I have to feel very like I could get up out of the chair really quick, like that, or I could jump. In other words, you have to feel very buoyant. Maybe I can tell, I hate to tell stories, maybe I can tell you a very funny one. It's not that funny, but I'll tell you anyway. Some of you may know that, in the Cleveland Quartet we have a recording of these Brahms quartets. And it was the first recording we really made, and it was of the C minor one. And so when it got to the kind of the part that the violin has more of a cadenza or like a filigree thing, we recorded that. And every time we did it, I was so heavy in the chair that it would squeak. And so that they couldn't use it. They kept on making me do it over and over again. And we tried about maybe 5 different chairs at least. And within about 1 minute, it would start to squeak from the amount of, because I was so heavy in the chair when I tried to do it that I just loosened it. So anyway, finally they just decided to keep the squeak on the recording anyway. So anyway. But if you do it this way, you're more buoyant, and actually you tend to, the chair likes it better. Yeah, and as you have, long legs, anyway, I wouldn't try to put them, can I just show you? I wouldn't try to put them back, but kind of a little bit more this way. This way you can't move as freely. More like, you see how I'm doing this? Your leg is longer than mine, and actually this chair is very low, I know, especially for somebody like you. But I try doing it like that. You probably have to double it or put a pillow on it to make it really comfortable. But you run into that, and you can use so you're using support and into the floor, so you're not really heavy in the seat. And then so can you put your feet out? Yeah, something like that, maybe a little bit, and then kind of try. Just play yum, pom, and that'll help them. And then you kind of rock two with them, and you'll get more dynamic going. Move. That's That's right. So already better. You kind of are doing this like you like you're just feel like you're generating very low here, and then it's going into the C. So you're actually almost. Can you do that once? Just come out of the chair. Maybe you can do it all together. All right, try. And don't have your feet too far back. It's going to be hard to get out of the chair. Come out of the chair. Bounce. All right. No, of course that's exaggerated, but you want to kind of feel it like that. You almost have to use those bones to make that happen, you see. And then, no, just imagine, but it actually I think is more, you get more buoyancy out of it. Well, now try it without, but do that a little bit. So you just feel, you can almost bounce in the chair for right now. All of you can. Use your legs. Good, that's good. Can you more time just get up out of the chair? Because you're not quite using that. Try one more time. That's it. Use it. Now, come on. Yeah, but better. Now, of course, that's too much. But you want to do a little bit of that. So, all right. So I think it's enough of it. But that actually, I think, transmitted. Strangely enough, that transmitted the music a little, because you got more of a dynamic going across. Because if you sink down like that and only use your arm like that, you can't. You have to use that a bit. All right, now, the beginning of it, this is kind of a question when you play this. How are you determining, how do you get the thing together? This is a problematic thing to get together, right? How did you think to do it? What did you think? How did you, or did you work on it? Maybe you just got it together.
I did a sort of mixture of thinking in units, so whether it's by beat or by bar, while obviously keeping an ear out always for the running eights.
Well, this is very good. Can you just play me yup without, well, my point is that, I don't know, it's not only because I was playing the melody, I think you can't get it, it doesn't work that, but you have to feel that rhythm in it, right? Play the two of you that way. Good, all right, yeah, that's fine. Now try it from the beginning. And try to move in the chair the way we just said. Because again, it's together, but it wasn't as kind of suspenseful and exciting as it could have been if you would move that way. It's not only you, but it's kind of to feel that it'll help the group. Can you put your legs out a little bit? It's hard on this chair. It's really the wrong chair for you. Try. And it's very good. Do that. The eighth note isn't quite expressive enough. Look. Generally, the eighth note even sound like that. It's a little on the fat side. I probably did it too much. I wouldn't play it. You said I would do that a little bit. Like you have to try to catch me on. I'll try to catch you too. expressive. It has a little more tension to it. Try one more time. And give him that space. I wouldn't play any faster than this. But try. Good. Now, Jennifer, and then all of you kind of aim the sound towards the right corner of the ceiling so you get the feeling out more. One more time, it's better. And sing it in your mind's ahead slightly. It's very good. I'm just trying to try it one more time and then pull it towards you. Better aim that way. More up. That's right. So from this feeling here, that you kind of then you can feel your right foot helping you almost a diagonal line to throw the sound up there. That was the best one. That projected better. Go on. Do it last time and go on. So when you're playing, in a way you have to do the opposite. Like what ear do you listen out of more when you're playing? The right ear or the left? If you're in this position particularly, if you want to aim the sound up to the... I would a little more out of the right ear so that even when you're playing like... Just the sound. You see, so I need to like because it's not quite coming enough off the stage unless you do that. Try. All of you should try it one more time. That's right. So you imagine the hall is like an acoustical device that you're feeling the vibrations in and you're sending them out there. So even you're playing soft, which you should do. But just project that. One more time. That's right. So in a way, when you're playing, it's better like for the two of you to play towards Bennett and Matt, rather than to have to play back to you. So, and you can send you almost through your back in a funny way, but you don't want to look back very much. Try one more time. Play towards him. This way. That's better. Good, now feel the color of the chords and be moved by that. Good, go on. All right, good, all right. Now, what feeling do you want in the espressivo there? It's good. What feeling are you looking for in it? Or anybody can ask. What?
Melancholy?
Your name.
Yeah, well, maybe this is, I don't know, this is kind of a theory that I have in a way about German music, but like, it's like very often you can have it, or melancholy as you say, or I would say, but there's a kind of a fight in it. It's very rarely resigned. Like it's like almost like and then I would do, if I were you, a tiny rubato. It almost sounds tranquilo to me, and in a way can be like that, but it could be more like an inner turbulence in it. Try doing it, because it says espressivo, it doesn't really quite sound that way. Try. So you can make a and pull that across. Make it up, rhapsody. That's play to them. That's right. Now listen to Ania, don't cover. Play near the bridge as you can. Good, that was much better. So that you have a little more dialogue going across the quartet, and you give it vibrationally that way. That's why I was sort of after you were that. Now here, can you do this once? Do you mind singing that? And then sing your part as you come in there. Like, and sing that one. I'll see what you do. Go ahead. Come on. Is this too embarrassing? Maybe I'll try.
Where?
No, just
Oh, we're all singing that part. Oh, okay.
yeah, you're all sing that. Just where you were. Go ahead. All right, good. All right, so, but good. Well, you did it fine. Now, as you do it, though, can you sing it? You want to kind of sing it across the quartet and almost like it's into the center here. And then when you, like you're almost dynamically, like you can't. Maybe it's related to that in inversion, I don't know. But like, because it feels the way you sang it, then they played it and then you played. But give it across to them. So that crosswise listening will help you a lot. Do there. Play it once. But just feel it that way. You just need more dynamic going across the quartet. No. Sorry, do it again. That's right, yeah. So, for want of a better word, it's like you have chemistry across the group all the time. That vibration. You got it. Now, I lost you a little bit. You're right, you don't want to drown them out on that. But I would still feel, give it to them in this chemical way. One more time. Dynamic way. Help them. A little softer, but help them. All right. Good. So do this. Can you all count that together from the forte? I don't know what bar number is. Just count that together once. How would you count it? You just count it out loud. 1, 2. Yeah, count it.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
All right. Oh, what? Sorry. So what? So I would count it. All right, so count with me. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You see how it's like in a way like playing a sport? You know? In other words, do you play? Probably play soccer or something, right?
I did.
Yeah, but it's a little bit like you're passing, kicking the ball. I know I'm the world's worst soccer player. I used to try to play with my son. It was impossible for me. But anyway, but you see how I did that? I'm going to have to feel more lively here. And so I don't kind of 1, 2, but I give it to them. Do it again. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, you see what I was doing? Do that with them. Just count it that way. And feel, you can rock in the chair a little as you do it. All right, good. Good. Move from the low. That's right. Yeah, so if you just rock like that, it helps. Yeah, all right, now play it with them. And just rock as you play it. Feel it right on it. Yup. And so you're enhancing them almost like you'd be playing a sport. Very good, fine, if you want. Now move. Use your seat. Sense them. Yeah, the better that's coming, the yum bum, do the yum bum, and almost pretend you're getting out of the chair on those notes. Try yum, right on it. Get out of the chair. But that's the idea, and then give them that feeling. They'll play it towards them that way. Like they're going to get out. You're going to make them get out of the chair with you. Try doing that. Just get out. I mean, it's kind of it's an artificial way, but actually you want to feel it like that a bit. In that way, it's not. Yeah, that's good. Otherwise, it sounds a little bit like yum bom with a darim bom. More good. And I would think this way. Go on now for a little bit longer. Right. Why don't you try just do from those notes, yum, bom, and do that all the time like you're trying to help each other get out of the seat. And more. Go on. Across. Across to it. Rock in the seat. Across. Now, tender, across. Across. Keep going. Help them. Lead from the seat. All right, yeah, so you're playing this beautifully, but it's almost like you're leading from the seat by the rocking motion, and then you're leading with the instrument. You're not overdoing it at all. I mean, it could be too much, but you're not. All right, so now, as you're playing, if you subdivide it a little, especially the second one, if you want, you're playing it beautifully, but a little bit, 1, 2, something like that. You know what I mean? Because it's already beautiful. Can you just try from that bar, and we probably have to stop, right? All right, we'll stop in a second, right? Do you know where he's playing? Right, good. You lead. Subdivided. Now subdivided. Subdivide a little bit. Across. You see that I would have also moved first. Feel where the rhythm is, even though you come to. Now help them. Lead from the seat. Lead from the seat. Spring out of the. Yum. Yeah, all right, so you got the idea. That's better. I'm sure that comes out better. Because the other way, it's very good, but it sort of doesn't quite get out into the hall. So think about it. It's really a dynamic listening and moving together and sensing each other that way, all leading this way and helping each other in the company is always going across, even if you have them with somebody else. Good, but that's good. It's going to be wonderful. It's good. Great. So it's a great pleasure for me to give this class, and I hope that you can take away something from it in terms of how we work as musicians and what can be helpful. Thanks. Yeah.